Good morning, this is Kamera. We're on day number 94, 1 Samuel chapter 28 through 31. These are the last chapters in 1 Samuel. So that will be 9 books down so far, and we're just now starting the 4th month of the year. So that was Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, and then we're going into 2 Samuel tomorrow, okay? So we find here that David is, he's in his attempt to escape Saul, he goes to Philistine territory. So that's where he's hiding out at. That's where him and his family, his men are living in a town of Ziklag. King Achish is so excited to have David with him. You can tell that he really likes David. He even invites David to go to battle with them. Couldn't find out the Philistines are going up against the children of Israel. And they invited David and his men. I wonder if David knew that they were going against the children of Israel. So he's like David, he wants David to be his bodyguard for life, So, yeah. And so at this time, Saul, he sees the Philistines lining up to battle, and he's fearful. King Saul tries to consult the Lord. The Lord is not answering him. So then he asks someone, do they know of a medium, someone who can speak to the dead? Saul, you got rid of all the mediums, right? Which was the right thing to do. But anyway, someone says, yes, we know of this lady. So Saul goes to this woman, in disguise, by the way. And he asked for help, and she's like, well, King Saul got rid of those medium or whatever. And so he's like, I won't tell, basically I won't tell. This lady, she actually talks or raises or connects to Samuel. Remember, Samuel died. In the last book, in the last few chapters, it told us that Samuel had died. So she sees Samuel, and she's like, "Oh, you tricked me. You are Saul." And so he says, "You're not going to get in trouble," basically. And so Samuel was like, "Why are you bothering me?" Saul's like, I'm scared. The Philistines are going against me, and I tried to contact God. God's not answering me. Samuel's like, well, God left you a long time ago. If God is against you, why are you calling me? And you remember why he left you. You couldn't even display his anger against the Amalekites, and he left you and gave your kingdom to David. So why are you bothering me? And so Samuel goes on to tell him that you and three of your sons will be dying tomorrow in the battle with the Philistines. Yeah, I think that was pretty hard for Saul to hear, because Saul fell out at that point. He wouldn't even eat or anything. He was just out of it. And so, yeah, that's how that worked out. Anyway, so Saul also hadn't eaten anything. The medium lady, sorcerer lady, she offered some food. They convinces him to eat. So he's getting his strength. But we see what's going on here. So fast forward back to David. King Achish, so proud to have David with him. Other rulers are not so happy. The other rulers of the Philistines are not happy about that. We can't have him with us. We have a feeling that David will turn on us when we get out there, just to prove to his people that he's with them. And he hasn't turned his back on them. But isn't this the David who they say Saul killed 1,000, David killed 10,000? Achish felt so bad because they didn't want, the other rulers did not want the Philistines, did not want David and his men to come. David gets offended. He said, what have I done? What have I done where they don't trust me? Really, David? Are we really going to go there? Seriously? I don't blame the Philistines. I wouldn't want David with me either. David listens to the voice of God. As soon as God said, okay, I planned this, now turn on the Philistines, David's going to do that. So I think they had reasons to, I think that was pretty wise of them to say, no, David can't come with us. And so Achish, he feels kind of bad. He said, David, you haven't done anything. You're like an angel of God. And so David and his men, yeah, they turn back and they go back to their place. But how about when they get to their place, the place that the town that the Philistines gave him, Ziklag? Oh my gosh, guess what they find? They find their town raided. Amalekites came in and took their families, burnt down their town. Oh my God, can you just imagine? And get this, everybody turns on David. His own men turn on him. They want to stone David. I mean, I know you guys feel bad. I know you're hurt. They're all crying. They're all weeping. They want to take it out on somebody. They want to take it out on David. And David, already feeling bad that his two wives, what's her name, Anitoham, and Abigail. Abigail was his other wife. Took those two. Now he's already grieving over his own women, his own family, what happened to them, and his men want to stone him. The word of God said that David found strength in the Lord. And when I read that part, I'm like, whoa, what do you do? What do you do when everything's against you? You already feeling bad and there's nowhere else to turn, right? He found his strength in the Lord, and that's what we got to do, guys. When things are bad and we feel like there's no way out, we feel closed in, we feel blocked, we feel like there's no hope, we better follow David's lead and find strength in the Lord. And so David actually sought the Lord about what to do next. And the Lord told him, go ahead, go against the Amalekites, get your people back. You're going to get everything back. You're going to get your families back. You're going to get your possessions back. And so his 600 men, they head out to battle. But the thing is, though, there's 600. 200 too exhausted to continue. So they stay at this brook and the 400 continue. Look at this, how God has a ram in the bush. They find an Egyptian slave on their way looking for their families. This Egyptian slave is like weak, and they feed him, bring him back to health. Come to find out, this Egyptian was actually a slave of one of the Amalekites. The Amalekite guy had basically left this Egyptian there to die. He was sick. They didn't want to take him any further, so they left him there. David brought him back to life, him and his men. And this guy was able to tell him, oh, we hit a few places. We even hit Judah as well as Ziklag. And so David and his guys were like, well, can you tell us where they're going now? He said, yeah, I'll tell you, but you have to promise that you won't kill me. So you see that ram in the bush that God gave them? So, yeah, they locate the Amalekites. Kill them, just slaughter them. Of course, 400 of them got away, but they totally slaughtered them all through the night, the entire day. They slaughtered the Amalekites, and they retrieved their families and all their possessions, their cattle, all their possessions. And so on their way back, they pick up the other 200 men. Troublemaker said, you guys didn't go out to battle. You don't get your families, you don't get your plunder back. David's like, no, we're not those people. No. All for one for all. Okay? Basically. And he tells them, no, we're all this together. Even the men that don't go fight, as long as they're with us, they get a piece of they get theirs back. And so, yeah, they got all theirs back. And not only that, when they got back to Ziklag, David sent the people of Judah, sent part of their plunder back. Go on, David, and man of integrity, a blessed man, not a greedy man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And he's leading by example. Isn't that something? So, get this. Fast forward back to the battle. Now we're at the battle. And how about this? Saul, 3 sons died, including Jonathan, dies in battle. Saul gets shot by an archer, close to death, asks his armor bearer to kill him. Armor bearer said, oh no, I can't do that. He's scared. Saul falls on his own sword and kills himself, right? Armor bearer sees that, and guess what he does? Falls on his sword. Talk about loyalty, right? Not only that, though, but look at this, though, guys. Saul, his 3 sons, his armor bearer, and his entire troop dies in battle. Number 1, Philistines kill the king, his sons, and the entire army of Israel, or that troop, rather. That's a huge victory for the Philistines. Philistines killing the army of God. And we know that should not have happened. What was Israel doing? What was their lifestyle? What were they doing? God, really, God? I know he didn't kill everyone because of Saul. God did not let that damnation come on Israel because of Saul alone. So that's something to think about. And so what they do is they take Saul and his boys and they cut off Saul's head. And they plaster him and his sons' bodies on a wall. And so some warriors, Israel warriors, found out about it. And they went and they retrieved Saul and his boys' bodies. And they burned their bodies and buried the bones. But Israel, and so that's where we are right now. And yeah, that was the last few chapters of 1 Samuel. And yeah, Saul is dead. David is still in the Philistine country. Entire army of the troop that went out to battle, that part of the army of God or Israel, dead along with Saul and his sons, the first king of Israel. And yeah, that's where we are. So guys, that was 9 books down. 9 books down. We are done with 1 Samuel, and we're going into 2 Samuel. Absolutely love these books. You see God all through these books. You see ourselves in this book. We might not be kings, princes, and that type of thing, but we are warriors. We are people of God. And we do have the same challenges that they have. Maybe not on that level, but on our level, we do have those battles. We do have those temptations. Yeah. Just can't get over the entire army of God was killed by the Philistines, enemy territory. And yeah, that's where we are. So guys, that was day number 94, 1 Samuel, chapter 28 through 31. You have a God-filled blessed day.